Okay, it's red now.
Okay, Missionary Enterprise, Missionary International. My mouth is a little cold. YouTube playlist, it's Canada and Apostolic Missionary Training and Sending Nation. Very short teaching today. Today we're OSHAWA, once again, OSHAWA, Ontario, Canada. Remembrance Day, November 11th, 2025. So we haven't done one since 2022. So 3 years ago. So, I wrote here, some people like to label me as Mr. Doom and Gloom. Alright? But I like to label myself as Mr. Reality. Where the rubber meets the road. Alright? I love the truth. Even on the truth, I don't like the consequence of the truth. I want to know the truth. So, Genesis 6, I'm going to read 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination and intention of all human thinking was only evil continually. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and he was grieved at heart. So the Lord said, I will destroy, blot out, and wipe away mankind, whom I have created from the face of the ground, not only man, but the beasts and the creeping things and the birds of the air, for it grieves me and makes me regretful that I made them. The earth was depraved and putrid in God's sight, and the land was filled with violence, desecration, infringement, outrage, assault, and lust for power. Things have not changed much since then. And God looked upon the world and saw how degenerate, debased, and vicious it was, for all humanity. All humanity had corrupted their way upon the earth and lost their true direction. God said to Noah, I intend to make an end of all flesh, for through men the land is filled. Through man, the land is filled with violence. Behold, I will destroy them and the land. So, I say this in context with Remembrance Day, war, World War I, World War II, the trailer, the tanks and all that. There will never be peace again. People want peace. There won't be any peace. What we're heading into in these last of the last days, I'm going to read it right here. These are from the words of Jesus himself. Matthew 24:21. For then, this is Jesus, all right? For then there will be great tribulation, affliction, distress, and oppression, such as has not been from the beginning of the world until now. No, and never will be again. What Jesus said right here hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen. It's coming. Whether it's in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, it's coming. All right? And it's going to be worse than what I read in Genesis 6, before God destroyed the earth because of the violence, before everything, the corruption on the earth. Matthew 24:21 describes a future period of immense suffering. That's where we're heading into. Called the Great Tribulation, which will be the worst suffering humanity has ever experienced. I'm not making light of this, okay? I can cry right now, because that's what we're heading into. And we'll never be equaled again. This verse is part of a larger prophecy by Jesus concerning the end times, where it is also stated that the Spirit will be cut short for the sake of the elect, those who are born again. That's why I believe that the church is going to be here during the Great Tribulation. And I'm glad my mom's gone, because she won't have to be here during that. Unprecedented suffering. The verse states there will be great tribulation, such as not has been since the beginning of the world until this time. No, not ever shall be. Context within Jesus' teaching. It is part of Jesus' response to his disciples' questions about the destruction of the temple, his coming, and the end of the age. Significance for the elect. That's those who are born again. In the following verses, Jesus explains that for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened to prevent the total destruction of humanity. So, anyhow, I just want to finish with this. And also, I just want to make a note that after the tribulation, whether the church is going through the tribulation or not, once the tribulation is over with, if the church was still here, then the church will be taken out, the church will be raptured, and then in Thessalonians it says that God is going to pour out his wrath upon mankind. And that's going to be the end of mankind. And then we're going to head into the great white throne judgment for the sinners and the judgment seat of Christ for the saints. Thank you for your time. And I encourage you to walk in the fullness of your sonship by walking in the fullness of the grace of God and of the faith of God. Shalom and amen. Go ahead, red button.